Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. Newark Liberty International Airport hit with ground delay over staffing issues. Once again, this is a big breaking news. This is related to the Gov shutdown. Federal workers are not getting paid. And this happened also in, I think, Los Angeles, LAX airport. And yeah, this is very sad, very sad. So a lot of people are not getting paid, so they're not working. So they have other plans. Other people, people doing Uber Eats or DoorDash, and just to make money to pay bills. All right. So we're gonna see what's going on with this one here. One thing I tell you, that Gov shutdown has impacted millions. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. All right, so we are sending prayers to a lot of people out there. It's a really tough time. Right now, it seems like these two parties are coming together and trying to work something out because it's affecting everyone. It's literally affecting everyone. It's just very sad. So Newark Liberty International Airport issued a ground stop on Wednesday, citing staffing issues. The ground stop was later updated to a ground delay. The Gov shutdown has led to widespread flight disruption this month. A ground stop was briefly issued at Newark Liberty International Airport on Wednesday, with the Federal Aviation Administration citing staffing issues. Now, the ground stop was updated to a ground delay shortly after, with an average delay time of 40 minutes. A Federal Aviation Administration advisory said. All right, so those are the latest updates. Let's see what's going on with the news now. Airports around the country. It's not only Los Angeles, it's not only Newark, New Jersey, but around the country have experienced flight disruptions since the Gov shutdown began on October 1st, with many citing staffing shortages. The Federal Aviation Administration, the National Air Traffic Controller Association, and the Department of Transportation did not immediately respond to the request for comments. Transportation Secretary Sean told Fox Business on October 8th that prior to the shutdown, around 5% of flights delays were caused by staffing issues. After the shutdown, staffing shortages accounted for 53% of delays, he said. Airports that have experienced significant delays this month include Nashville International, Chicago O'Hare, and Dallas Fort Worth, among others. This is not a good timing because a lot of people are traveling because of the holidays, and also, again, you have Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and it's a really hard time now for a lot of people. And for these two parties to just come in, again, it's just really messed up. Now, I blame more towards the blue. Again, Chuck would have opened it up. He would have been a hero. His name would have been remembered. He would have been in a history book. But no, he decided not to do that. The National Air Traffic Controllers Association previously told Business Insider that the delays during the shutdown heightened the need to address the existing air traffic controller shortage by increasing training and hiring. It is normal for a few air traffic controllers to call in sick on any given day. And this is the latest example of how fragile our aviation system is in the midst of a national shortage of these critical safety professionals, the NATCA said. Now, give me a second here, guys. Give me 1 second. I want to see if we can find some more updates on that story. But it's not only like Snap that's being impacted, but is also impacting federal workers. And it's so bad that, yeah, federal workers have food pantry, food banks, and they make over $100,000 a month. I mean, yeah, I think they make like $100,000 a year. Excuse me, not a month, a year. All right, so man, if that's the case, I should be working for federal gov. So, all right, so give me a second here. It says Reuters Alert put out this information. At this time, the Federal Aviation Administration issued a ground stop at Newark Airport, citing staffing shortages caused by the ongoing gov shutdown. But, like I said, they're working on something. The left, the right, they're working on some kind of bill. Hmm. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking for some more updates here. All right, so I want to bring this one up. You have Chuck. You have all these people here. Chuck demands. Okay, so we already know this. All right, so Go Birds put food stamps only bill to vote instead of reopening Gov with SNAP benefits set to stop. All right, so okay, guys, just looking for some more updates here. We're gonna go with the next news. All right, so there's been not one, but two earthquake that struck coast of Oregon. That's not too far from the Cascadia. So you have, they call it twin earthquake. All right, so give me a second here. Two earthquake strike the coast of Oregon today. All right, so let me just show you the map really quick here. We're gonna go with this next news, guys. So this video is gonna be two breaking news in one video. All right, so here we go. Jeez, it made that thing look like a 10.0 magnitude. Man. All right, so this one here was almost a 6.0. And then there was another one that was almost a 6.0. So it was like 5.7. Downgraded to a 5.4. But yeah, two of them in that region is not good. Absolutely not good. Give me a second here. Let me see what's going on with. So here we go. Man, that doesn't look good. Mm-mm. All right. Let's see what's going on with this one here, guys. Once again, please share the video. I really appreciate it. Two earthquakes struck off the Oregon coast on Tuesday, rattling communities along the Pacific Northwest shoreline. The first trembler registered a magnitude of 5.4 and occurred about 100 miles west of Port Orford, according to the United States Geological Survey. A second tremor followed hours later, measuring magnitude 4.8, so that was downgraded a lot. All right, so no tsunami warning was issued and no significant damage have been reported. The earthquake are only the most recent example of ongoing seismic activity in the Pacific Northwest, where the San Andreas Fault in California and the Cascadia subduction zone offshore Oregon and Washington pose a significant geological threat. Although infrastructure is outfitted to withstand earthquake throughout the region and people are accustomed to the sudden shaking that accompanies such event, earthquake can still prove incredibly hazardous and fatal, especially in that region too. Once again, the USGS earthquake account on X did not post about either earthquake on Wednesday. What? Are you serious? Newsweek received the following automatic response after contacting the agency for comments regarding the earthquake. You have reached the USGS earthquake media team. Due to the lapse in appropriation, this mailbox is not being monitored. We will respond to non-shutdown related queries when appropriation have been enacted. There's a possibility because of the Gov shutdown. A lot of these websites has been going dark, especially NASA. So where were the epicenter of the Oregon earthquake? Both earthquakes occur offshore, according to the USGS website, with reduced the likelihood of being felt by communities in Oregon. Nobody felt this one though. It was pretty far. As of 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, only 2 people filed reports from the USGS claiming they felt tremors from the 5.4 magnitude earthquake, which occurred at a depth of 10 kilometers. 0 reports have been filed regarding people feeling the 4.8 magnitude earthquake. So 2 people felt it. Might have been, fishing or something. Damage usually occurs when an earthquake measures around a magnitude 4 or 5, the USGS said, meaning that both earthquakes that struck Oregon were strong enough to cause damage. However, considering both quakes struck offshore, the chances they cause damage onshore are low. One of the biggest dangers when an earthquake occurs offshore is the potential of a tsunami. National Weather Service tsunami alerts said there was no risk of a tsunami with either earthquake. So you have scientist Lucy Jones told Newsweek, offshore earthquake are just events in the crust where the rock happens to have some water on top of it. So there is no physical difference in the earthquake themselves. If an offshore fault pushes up the seafloor, it can produce a tsunami, but requires a very big earthquake over magnitude 7, and these events are strike slip, which means the rock moves horizontally, not vertically. Environmental Protection Agency wrote in a webpage about earthquake preparedness. Earthquakes strike suddenly, violently, and usually without warning, identifying potential hazards ahead of time and advanced planning can reduce the dangers of serious injuries or loss of life from an earthquake. All right. So that's the latest updates there, guys. Give me a second. We're almost done with this one here. Since both earthquakes were moderately strong, the chance of aftershock occurring is higher than for a weaker quake. A recent study from Oregon State University found that earthquakes that occur in the Cascadia subduction zone had the capability of triggering another quake along the San Andreas Fault within a few hours, although such a quake has not occurred. It is also unclear whether fault zone or subduction zone caused the Oregon quake. Wow. So they don't know what caused the Oregon quake. Let me take you to the USGS earthquake map really quick here. But you can't forget this underwater volcano that is ready to blow. Can that be part of it? Can that cause the earthquake of Oregon? That's the one right there. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything else. Nothing to be concerned of. But again, we got to keep an eye on this one here, though. That's a very important one. Very important one. 5.4. And there's another one there, too, I think. Hold on, give me a second. So, 5.4. And then you have the... Oh, so there was a 4... Oh, so the 4.8 happened first. And then you had a 5.4 that was a lot bigger, stronger. Alright guys, this is all the information we have right now. We keep it updated when it comes to the Gulf shutdown, the FAA, and ground flights delay and stuff like that. And I would keep it updated with earthquakes in various places. So do me a favor guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you again for your support. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream. We go live once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.